Today we're gonna talk about 10 best trinkets in Isaac, based on their reliability, consistency and usefulness. Now of course, this rating is based off my personal experience with the game, but since I'm the best player in the world, and far more important than any of you, my experience is the most valid one. If you disagree with my ranking, be sure to tell that in the comment section. To someone who cares. Let's start the video. Number 10. Nose Goblin. If you ever wondered why this booger trinket is called like that, apparently Isaac Wiki says it's a reference to an episode of Ren and Stimpy. Damn. I wish Edmund would do references to actually good stuff, like Invincible or JJK. Anyway, Nose Goblin has a 10% chance to make you shoot out a booger that gets stuck to the enemy and deals Isaac damage 10 times over 10 seconds. Interesting thing about this trinket is that just like the item version, Sinus Infection, it's also not affected by luck, which means even if you don't invest into it, the trinket will still be reliably useful. Also, half of the boogers you shoot will have homing, which makes Nose Goblin arguably better in some scenarios, for example early Gamekeeper. Overall, Nose Goblin is a reliable source of extra DPS that has good potential synergies and works with both big damage builds and soy milk type of builds. I don't really think I can put this trinket any higher though, because when it comes to damage, there are better alternatives to it. Number 9. Endless Nameless. I love this trinket. Endless Nameless has a 25% chance to make a copy of any consumable on its use, and there is so much new strong consumables in Repentance that Endless Nameless becomes significantly stronger just by proxy. Cracked keys, reverse tarot cards, soul stones and positive pills. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, Endless Nameless can create copies forever. It's not limited by just one copy. If you get lucky enough, you can get a bunch of strong consumables and snowball your run into space. Keyword is luck, however. Sometimes Endless Nameless just won't do anything for you. It's either not gonna proc on good consumables, or you won't even find any good consumables in the first place. This inconsistency won't allow me to rank the trinket any higher. Number 8. Flat File. I mean, do I even need to say anything? Flat File just straight up removes the spikes from the game. Curse Room, spiked rocks, spiked chests. Those goddamn stone blocks that God knows how they work, I hate them so much! There's really no downsides to it. It's extremely reliable and helps you with getting extra resources for free. Even if you never take damage from the spikes, we both know you do. You must admit that the utility provided by Flat File is just worth it. Instant gulp in my book. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta get the key pieces through the sacrifice room. Number 7. Cracked Crown. This is probably quite an unexpected pick, but I do think it's a valid one. Cracked Crown provides 20% boost to all of your stats besides luck, which is a pretty direct and useful effect. It might not seem that strong, because if you don't have much DPS in the first place, the provided boost won't be that noticeable, but I think on average Cracked Crown really does enhance your build, because it doesn't just boost your DPS, but range and speed too, which can be crucial for survival. Now, I think the biggest problem with Cracked Crown is that its usefulness is somewhere in the middle. If you have no stats at all, it barely does anything, but if you already have your stats going through the roof, you realistically don't need this trinket and can go for something different. Despite that, Cracked Crown is still pretty consistent. I doubt anyone would really skip it in their run unless there's a much better alternative available. Number 6. Lil Clot. Now it's getting interesting. Despite this little guy being a single blood clot, he does 35% of Isaac's damage, copies most of his tier effects and tier modifiers. If you get the golden variant or get Mom's box, you'll get 2 clots instead of 1. He's also affected by BFFs, doubling his damage. His biggest advantage is that he can tank 3 entire hits before dying, and even if he does die, you'll get this guy right back in the very next room. You can also abuse the bug by dropping and then picking up the trinket again to instantly revive the clot. He's a little difficult to control because of awkward collision, so he will often get stuck behind rocks, but it's not really that big of an issue, especially if you have flight. If anything, his biggest downside is being a familiar instead of directly boosting Isaac's DPS, but there are still some simple workarounds. It's time for your content tags. You watched half of my video, so it means you have to watch me plug myself and my Discord server. Don't blame me. Blame, capitalism. Yeah. Like the video, show it to all of your friends, write a comment. I read all of them, by the way. What else? Join my Discord server. There is a lot of cool people, fun conversation, and Sushi Saturday every week. There is also exclusive content I post for my supporters. You can send me a donation through my Ko-fi page so I can work on more videos and get myself more drugs and antidepressants. Yeah, those. Big shout out to Memu, Palsy, Radish, and those 2 anonymous supporters. You guys are the best. Thanks for not skipping over this part. Love you. Number 5. Cancer. This will be the shortest and most simple entry. Cancer gives you +1 fire rate above Isaac's tier cap, which is just a good DPS bonus. No downsides, no requirements to activate it. You can't lose it. It always works and it works great. Number 4. Crystal Key. As much as I don't enjoy Red Key, I love Crystal Key. While Red Key allows you to create a red room for 4 charges, Crystal Key doesn't require any charges at all, instead opening a red room randomly, with a 33% chance whenever you clear a normal one. Now yes, you don't control where you open the red room, which means getting the ultra secret room is mostly luck dependent. But, on average, you will get more stuff out of Crystal Key because of the higher amount of room you can generate, including special rooms. It will give you more active item charges, pickups and quite possibly items. I didn't even mention that this trinket has a 12% chance to open another extra red room when you finish one, giving you even more extra resources to work with. And if you get lucky enough to find the gold version, you'll boost the chance of getting a red room after a normal room clear to 50%. Even though Crystal Key is luck dependent just like Endless Nameless, it's far more consistent and rewarding, and it definitely mocks the Virgin Red Key. Number 3. Curved Horn. Wait, what? This crazy bitch put Curved Horn so high? Even higher than Cancer and Crystal Key? Okay, she's delusional. Yes and yes, I'm both crazy and delusional, but in a choice between tiers and damage, you should always go for damage. Damage stat in Isaac is the most important one. While tiers scale good with flat damage bonuses and some tier effect and modifiers, damage stat scales with everything. Flies and spiders, damage. Active items, damage. Separate charge bar items like Revelation and more, damage. A bunch of passive items, yep, still damage. Curved Horn is the most consistent source of damage amongst all trinkets. It's not the biggest source of damage, but there are no requirements for it to work. You can't lose its effect and you can't go wrong when picking it up. There's also a popular myth that the flat damage from this trinket isn't affected by damage multipliers. Fake! It gets multiplied by all modifiers except for Polyphemus. Curved Horn has always been better than Cancer, and I will die on this hill. Number 2. Found Soul. Found Soul is a blood clot on steroids. Instead of dealing 35% of your damage, this fella will deal 50. Not only does Found Soul copy your tiers and stats, it will also copy your active items and your other trinkets. You can even use it to save up your bombs. All of this sounds great until you remember the trinket's downside. Unlike Blood Clot, the ghost will die in a single hit and will not respawn until you go to the next floor. This makes Found Soul a feast or famine type of trinket. You either get an insanely powerful and versatile power-up, or you take some stupid damage and disable the trinket until the next floor. It's very strong and very inconsistent. Just like my suicidal tendencies. What was I talking about? Yeah, Found Soul. I think you could definitely argue that Found Soul is the best trinket, but I'm usually not locked in enough to really get that much use from it, so this honor goes to something different. Before getting to our big winner of the night, let's go through some honorable mentions. Butter, No, Adoption Papers, Dice Bag, Jawbreaker, Number Magnet, Perfection and Blessed Penny. Number 1. Sigil of Baphomet. Sigil of Baphomet is the best trinket in the game. It gives you 1 second of invulnerability for each killed enemy, up to 5 seconds at a time. This is an insane amount of defense for a single trinket. In some cases, it literally makes you invincible. Sigil allows you to play more aggressively and take bigger risks, as well as min-max your HP if you act quick and smart. You can even farm a bunch of money through the blood donation machine. See? How is this just a trinket and not an actual item? Was the sprite too small or something? The only issue I can realistically think of is certain final bosses that don't spawn any enemies. This will usually make the trinket worthless during the fight, making it less consistent than Curved Horn or Cancer, but despite that, I still think the utility provided by Sigil is just too good to pass on. And let's be honest, Sigil of Baphomet is straight up more fun than just a stat boost. It's a well-rounded, fun and mostly consistent power-up for your run, which I think fairly deserves this placement. Thanks for watching my objectively correct top. I plan to increase the amount of content I put out and maybe grow my channel and community, so I would really appreciate a repost or a comment. Wouldn't you do that for me? That always feels nice. Eat your veggies and have a good night.